Hey, Brian. How you doing, buddy?
Alright.
Sorry for the low
Tired,
car
but
count tonight.
I'm here.
Sorry for the low car count tonight. Doesn't look like we got much out there tonight, but I hope it's going to be a good race. Stage break's going to be lap 25, so I'm going to throw a monkey wrench in it tonight. So, looking about 105 laps on the tank of fuel. Do I see anybody going 105 laps on 4 sets of tires? No, but somebody
You
possibly
said
could do that.
25?
Yep, 25.
Okay.
So, fuel's about 105 laps. So between 100 and 105 laps. So I don't see anybody doing 100 laps without taking tires. So yeah, I'll just try to throw a little monkey wrench in it tonight.
Alright. No problem.
I appreciate it, guys. And again, I'm sorry for the
Yeah, right.
low car count.
It's a short track. You know how
Um,
those go.
I need to talk to you on a. You ain't live, are you?
I am live.
Catch me later, man. I need to talk to you about next schedule for next season if you're available.
Alright.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Alright. Good evening. Welcome. We are at Martinsville for the SRU Xfinity Series. See, they're qualifying at the moment. But as they do that, I'm going to go over race information here. So you see here we're at Martinsville, Virginia. 0.5 mile track. Current track temps 118. Altitude is 731 feet. 85 degrees Fahrenheit. 41% humidity. Partly cloudy skies with a 5 mile per hour wind. So it's 75% fuel, 200 laps. It's supposed to be 105 miles, not 2,105. 12 lonesome competitors, unfortunately. 4 sets of tires, they get one quick fix. They got 2 green white checkers. Their stage break is lap 25. Once again, I am very tired again, so you probably will not hear me talk much. So that will be that.
It's just all right. Good evening, Brian.
Hello.
How are you doing, my friend?
Oh, I gotta do
Yes,
this.
Martinsville, Virginia, and Martinsville Speedway here. The paperclip, one of the many action tracks that has anointed the NASCAR scheduling ever since its inception in 1948. It's been a fixture in this part of the country since 1946 when it was first founded, made, everything. So, right on the back straightaway, you have that famous railway. That you sometimes, if you watch certain races, you will see trains pass by. So that's always cool to see. Um, yeah, man, lots of action in store tonight. Even though, like what Jason said earlier, if anybody heard him, only got 12 competitors, I do believe, but still, that's only I got a few races left before the end of the season. So, uh, you know, pretty respectable to still get the broadcast out there because gotta see how the championship unfolds. Who gets it, right, Brian? So only a few qualified at the moment. Yeah, there's the shot of the train tracks. Perfect timing with the while I was talking about it. So this is the final race before the final four, battle it out. Who will that final four be? This race should decide it for us at this evening. Maybe Jason will tell us. If not, we'll just bring the action to you next week as well. So Brian's got the starting grid.
So starting P1 will be Zach Rongich, P2 will be Philip Bridgman, P3 will be Nick Rader, P4 will be Zach Doischer, P5 will be Brandon Hartwell, P6 will be Michael Yarrow, P7 will be Dave A, P8 will be David Cassidy, P9 will be Terry Duguay, P10 will be Bobby D, P11 will be Jason Adams, and P12 will be Bryce Gainey.
I think we may see some cars just losing it, getting into the corner, like we saw a couple of drivers or Hartwell there in qualifying, just trying to push the car, see what all he could still get. A couple of extra practice laps, if you will, Brian. So,
yeah, practice laps around here makes it good.
Looks like it's going to be an evening, some type of transitional race. My apologies, Brian.
No, you're fine. Probably is. We know how well Martinsville can be, a lot of bumping, a lot of beating and banging, so probably be a long night, hopefully not. It'd be awesome if they can get it all in without cautions, but we know cautions are going to happen, so that's just the nature of NASCAR here.
When's the stage?
25.
125 or 20?
No,
Lap
25.
Lap 25?
Yes.
Okay, so a little short Saturday night sprint, if you will, to
Saturday.
to the stage.
Wednesday.
I know it's Wednesday, but Wednesday night shootout, since we want to get technical. So
Hey,
to the stage.
Spotting old Raider. Finally showed up to play.
So you have Nick Rader, Hartwell, Michael Yarrow, Mark Kosick, Terry Duguay, and Zach Doischer. Those are the six battling it out, going for the championship here this evening.
The two non-playoff drivers are sitting 1 and 2, so as long as they stay up here in this fiasco, I think they would be alright to make a upset.
Yeah, we've seen before, every other race seems to be well for Bridgman. Whenever he comes to Martinsville, he doesn't run good here every time, but like I said, every other time he can run well. You think, hey, he's doing well tonight. Rongich, we know how well he, very similar to Brandon Moore, good on short tracks, and they are about to fire away. Rolling green flag is out, and we are away here at Martinsville for the second to final race, the penultimate round in the SRU Xfinity Series. Rongich leads them away coming out of turn number 2. Like you said, he finally got down off the spotter stand and came out to play. Michael Yarrow putting a slider on the 7 of Doischer coming out of turn number 4. So Yarrow gaining a couple of positions there.
And we know how good Yarrow can be at saving a lot, so he's going to be the one to look out for. We already know Nick Rader has won the last 2, 3 races.
Yes, the last 3 races in total.
Can someone knock him off his high horse here tonight at Martinsville? Hopefully, right?
We'll just have to wait and see. I don't really think 25 laps here in my mind, that's still considered a short run, especially with what they can do with fuel mileage. 100 to 115 laps, I do believe, is what I got told, what we got told. So that when you get to like 100 laps green flag, that's a long run, right? Fuel's finally starting to be low. You're probably running maybe, average lap times. If not, maybe you finally nailed away your quickest lap time with all the fuel being burned away, but the tires, who knows? If you could be Mr. Conservative around here, that's a great thing to be.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
tires can start screaming if you drive hard through these corners, in and through them, even out, and still somehow be straight. We've seen a lot of people able to really slide through these corners throughout the years. 6
Might want to
degrees of
watch
banking.
that bump on the around the turns there.
Yes, the
I do
curb.
remember in VNR what happened with that.
Yeah, we had a driver. We won't name no names, but he barrel rolled on a curb, going 10 miles per hour.
That was going into 4, or was that in 2? I think that was 4.
No, that was 2.
Was it 2?
Yeah, he spun around, and then he's like, all right, he was facing the wrong direction. He's like, okay, well, let me just gas it up. He gassed it up, got back out, then he barrel rolled his car. So.
Well, this is the setup cup sides race number 2. Oof. What the hell was I thinking, huh?
Yeah.
I guess it's easier to get it out the way. That's probably part.
Yeah, go ahead, get it out the way.
I mean, Martinsville could be a good race if everybody can drive it. That's the problem. It could be a very good race. But the problem is the big fields on a short track sometimes that can be great. Sometimes it can just be utter, complete chaos. So that's just the one thing you gotta look out for and hope for the best, I guess.
Yes, hope for the best as Deutscher looking underneath Hartwell here. Hartwell kind of stuck. He
On the
up
outside
here.
there.
Yep, he drove up here.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you can get that outside roll.
Yeah, you can.
Caution's out. Caution's out. Be ready with
Lap 12 and caution is out.
Your blower. You're going to drop down some oil.
Have to see what the caution is for. Looks like the 3, Bobby D, might have spun out here. And Bryce Gainey is out of the race already.
Yeah, he didn't make the start.
You slowed it down way too prematurely there, producer man.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's okay because right as the transition from asphalt to concrete, man, the car just slips away from him. So just had a bit, maybe just too much of a good thing going there on entry, and the car just breaks away on the 6 degrees of banking there. It's not a whole lot, but it's still enough to be a bit of a off camber corner, ever so slightly, but.
Absolutely. Which can mess with the car a lot.
Oh, it can, especially that transition, and you're transitioning from really nice asphalt
Nice
tarmac.
ass.
Hush now. So
I know.
into the concrete of the corner. Yes. So.
Always gotta have fun.
And like you talked about, there's also bumps as you're entering entering these corners. So you got to respect the bumps in a way.
But I think the only difference is these cars are right with it, but you put like a next gen because of how flat the bottom is. Just screw it up big time. Like your car would just kind of like a tail whip going into the turns with the next gen cars because of how low they sit. Unlike these cars, they're a little bit up more. They're not so flat underneath.
Yeah, there's still the drive. If I'm not mistaken, the drivetrain is exposed. Like you just said, they're not flat bottom cars like most modern race cars.
They don't have a shark fin in the back. That's supposed to keep you planted down.
Yeah.
But see how well that worked at Daytona, now didn't we? That's Josh Berry. And of course, thanks for early access. Yeah. Friday. It's a good thing because I ain't got no money on that card, so it don't matter. Well, $1. So that's about it. But still got a whole 2 months before that sucker comes out. Anyway, Brandon Moore, aka Zach Rongich, leading the field.
Green flag.
To green for a 6-lap shootout.
Do they know each other? They have to, right?
They do.
They've raced with each other.
Well.
Yeah, I was going to say they've raced with each other. Talking's difficult.
Well, he came.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, he raced with us for a while on the console side of things.
Yeah.
He raced with him, and a few others did too as well. He got in the transition of the year, and he always said, "Oh, it's the best thing." But now iRacing's making a NASCAR game, and we'll see how well that works. Free wide.
Oh no, there's a wreck now. Contact being made. Nick Rader, this is going to hurt his chances for going for 4 in a row, I do believe.
An update on that card.
Even though we do have a fast repair in the SRU Xfinity Series, unlike the Cup Series. So contact will be made here coming down the front straightaway. Nick Rader goes wide, and this is making the other drivers having to do some evasive maneuvers. Zach goes low. I don't think he knew that Cassidy was down there as he was trying to just avoid Rader, give Rader some extra space, and just comes down and just clips Cassidy there, turning Cassidy into Rader on the far outside, just nowhere for those cars to go. You see Rader catching some air multiple times, just these cars making significant contact, even though they're not going as the speeds as what you were just saying at Daytona, Brian. But years ago, Richie Evans in a modified race actually climbed the wall here years ago. There's no actual footage of it. I mean, it's hard to find, but there's photographs, there's pictures. You could Google it and find them. But yeah, there has been some vicious wrecks at Martinsville over the years. Like I always tell people, I'm a motorsport enthusiast, and I mean that wholeheartedly. And I have seen all sorts, and I think this could be the stage ending caution as well. So after I get through explaining what I'll explaining, we will talk to our stage winner, I hypothetically think. Anyway, I've watched all sorts of racing, whether it be Clio Cup cars, drag racing, Supercross, whatever. If it's got an engine and wheels, and sometimes boat racing, right? If it's got an engine, I'll watch it. Anyway, so you'll see cars that can't even go over 65 miles per hour barrel roll and do some tremendous crashes. But the driver walks out away because he's wearing a Hans device. He's wearing a helmet that is supporting him. He is, he has at least a 5-point harness on, right? He is in his seat. So racing has come a long way in the time span of which the automobile has been invented. And that's what's left to say. Let's talk to Rongich real quick. Like I said, I do believe this is the stage. Brian said 25. This is the second caution coming out a little bit prematurely of 25. Hey, Rongich, how you doing tonight, bud?
Good. How are you guys?
Oh, fantastic. I believe this is the stage caution. We just wanted to talk to the stage winner. I believe you are the winner, aren't you? Or is that Jason? Or who is it? You?
No, I am. Yep.
All right, that's what we thought. How you doing tonight? How's that car handling? It looks pretty good, but it's only been, a few laps. We ain't seen nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's rotating pretty good. Just keeping on that line and rotating and waiting on the throttle. So we're about to go green here, boys. So.
All right, well, we'll get you back up there, Rongich. All right. So, yeah, cautions at Martinsville can sometimes be pretty quick, especially whenever I can ramble on. Green flag back out in the air, but hey, what else you going to do? So, 174 more laps to go. 73, take one down, you pass it around. So, Jason, having some temptation here. Maybe, if I'm not mistaken, I think maybe Jason pitted on the first caution. And, okay, thank you, Stat Guy. And that's why he chose to stay off this caution, but kind of yielding. He's kind of being what I like to call a rolling chicane at the moment, but he's doing a good job as Terry Duguay going to lock up, avoiding the rolling chicane. But no caution comes out. I don't hear Chad screaming caution in my ears, so that's good. That's good. Got to take a sip of water real quick, so almost going hoarse.
Yeah, Nick Rader got the lead back from Adams, and it puts the two teammates 1-2 at the moment.
Adams under pressure by Yarrow, as Yarrow getting by Adams now. So now Cassidy working his way back up through the field. He had a real good car before Dorsher said hello, trying to avoid Rader. So Adams kind of trying not to clip the apron, or the curbing, I should say. Good battles all around. Phillip driving underneath Adams now. Rader and Rongich normally, spotting / crew chief buddies and whatnot, and out here on the track being teammates, but within reason, I guess you could say. They're also I guess just good racing buddies too. So that's why they're also teammates. Rader, Rongich, Doisher, that's the top three at the moment. Yarrow, Bridgman, that's the top five. Cassidy, Hartwell, Adams, and Adams, as I say his name, that's why he brings out our third caution of the evening. Looks like he might have just done a spin-a-rooney off of turn number 3. Wow, that's the second time tonight I'm turning into Rick Allen. Truly turning into Rick. Oh, no, he got help from Dave, but he might have already been spinning. Let's find out here. He clipped the apron. He was already spinning. Dave just said, "I'll help you around, my friend." So I wouldn't really. That's not on Dave. That is definitely on Jason. It's all on Jason. Just
that's that curb that we were talking about.
I mean, he was doing a good job trying to stay off of it, but sometimes whenever you're trying to stay off of it, you kind of just get there. Like I just said, you're trying your best not to do something, but you still do it anyway. Like it's gonna happen. Like no matter how hard you try not to do whatever it is you're trying not to do, you're still gonna do it. Example, Jason, right there. Not trying to throw Jason under the bus, but just prime example of trying to explain something, and man, physics work right in the best way. So we have a couple of pit takers here: Jason Adams, Brandon Hartwell, Bridgman, and Dave Acacia. Dave. So
Hey.
No, I'm trying to stop saying, oh, Dave's out of the race. No, Dave. He didn't have to put it on the hauler.
Yeah,
Wasn't
he
your
did.
fault, Dave. No, he didn't.
Well,
What?
yes, that's a Joe Gibbs car. Everybody hates a
Oh,
Joe Gibbs car. Come on now. Well, unless you're
I mean,
me.
not every.
I mean,
I,
you don't pull for Martin. You don't pull for
I like
Steve
Christopher
Bell.
Robin and I like Truex.
Mr. Retiree.
Yeah, I like Truex and Truex, and I don't think I'm going to be pulling for the 19 next year though. It's got Briscoe in it next year, so
You ain't
man,
gotta worry about that. That's
I
for
just
sure.
can't go.
Well,
And they couldn't have put like,
eventually, I'm just hoping
I
someone
mean,
better would hop in it, like Josh Berry or.
or like another Truex. That would have been great.
Green flag.
Green flag back out in the air.
What a stall.
Longich picked the outside lane
It looked
on
like,
this restart,
it kind of looked like they had no clue who was going first.
right? But
Full
drag
on
racing.
Caution is out. What can we do to try to help
What
it
was
if
it?
we do get another restart?
Oh, Philip Lupter.
Nope, I think he got hooked in there.
Oh, they were 3 wide. Well, now Philip can use that fast repair to fix his car. Because he kind of looked like he had like a trunk issue. And then like now he had like a front issue and everything. Like, man, hard impact to both.
Who's first to the wall ain't gonna help you out.
He's going to need some of that Blue Emu maximum relief headache powder.
Yep.
You know, I've heard that stuff is crazy. It's made people develop cancer and like brain aneurysms and stuff. Same thing with like the Goodies headache powder. It's like, what?
That's crazy. Who would have thought?
Right? Something that was supposed to be helping you, like, can kill you? Who would have thought? Almost a quarter of the way into this race, Brian. Fourth caution.
Almost there.
Don't be lying now.
Don't you forget about me.
You watched The Breakfast Club lately?
Thanks for the follow. Much appreciated.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for coming out, being a part, tuning in to the BNR Racing Network, whether it's on Twitch or YouTube or whatever platform you. It's probably Twitch, right? Anyway,
Yes.
so this is the SRU Xfinity Series from Martinsville on iRacing, obviously. Working our fourth caution of the night for incident out on track in turns 1 and 2. Jason Adams in the 24 car hopped the curb and was politely helped the rest of the way around. That'll happen though here at Martinsville. Martinsville. Yes, let's pronounce the entire thing, not just, you know. You would have thought I was. You would have thought I was still doing that other thing. Pace car is off and away back to the safety gun confines of pit road. And we're rolling into the restart zone. And away we go. Restarting again here. Longich gets a good jump, and so does Deutscher following. So right there in third, that's a good position to have on these Martinsville restarts, or really any restart at a short track. Cassidy, man on a mission, trying to get back to where you once belonged. Get back. Oh, and Terry having a rough go at it. Nothing else to say there. He had a slide earlier, didn't bring out a caution, but this one does, just because he slid back on the racing surface. The first slide he had, he was able to stay basically down there on the curbing. On the curbing this time, though, he just gets in there. Normally, Terry's a good short track specialist, but here, just looks like he just outbraked himself, or just got crossed up entering turn one here. Nothing more to say about that, but very easy to do, especially in these cars. You can really lock the brakes up quite easily, wheel hop into these corners.
Those are facts.
So,
you can do it in any type of vehicle. Trucks,
oh yes.
cup car, Miatas, whatever you may be putting on this track.
And the fun fact about the Mazda MX-5s, which is, Mazda Miatas. So the Mazda MX-5s are going to be racing here, what is it, next year? This year? Next year, right? Anyway, they've announced that they're going to be racing here. Dale Jr. was a part of the test that was held here earlier this year. Interesting test whenever you show up to a track with like 6 cars. It was like 4 or 6 cars. Like, how is that supposed to be a test when they normally race with like 28? But anyway, yeah, it was cool. So it's basically going to be their version of speedway racing, because I tell you what, those sons of guns are something else to watch. I love watching those MX-5 races whenever I get any chance I can live. It's also fun to go back and watch tape delayed races, but live.
SCR is in the pits. I don't know if he caught some damage or what, but he's in there for quite a minute, that's for sure.
Yes, he has been. This is going to be a tough break for Michael Yarrow if he cannot get back out there and gather up some points and get into the final 4 positions in the hunt for the championship next week.
Yeah, he's got to do all he can. Well, I think he finished pretty good the past couple of races, so I think he should be alright. I think he's got.
Let's go back to the handy dandy point standings. See if that makes a hill of beans, as they say. Michael Yarrow's tied, if this is correct, second in points. 280 with Brandon Hartwell.
Green flag.
Yep, 2,080. And then Mark Kosick is next with 2,068. Terry Duguay, 2,061.
That was close.
Philip way up yonder. Yes, he very close indeed.
Looked like the 17 here was at 7. Almost could have been bad. Brendan Hartwell taking that position away from Mr. filled up the slow down in 5 there. As Zach Boycer is still sitting third, with almost 2 seconds behind the race leader there.
Yes, indeed. So, Longich leading the way still. Rader, like you just said, second. Deutscher almost 2 seconds to the back. Hartwell fourth. Bridgman in fifth. Trying to keep Jason Adams at bay in sixth position. Adams looking down low now. Bridgman. Oh, trying to catch it, but luckily the wall's there to do that job. Now going to lose, looks like another spot to David Cassidy as Jason Adams has to really catch the car. Gets away from him going out of turn number 4. Cassidy now getting 2 positions in 1 lap as he passes up Jason Adams now and drives himself into 5th position. So Longich has a second and a 10th, about a second and a quarter on the race as the race leader over Nick Rader. Zach Deutscher in 3rd position with 2 1/4 seconds back. Brandon Hartwell 4th, and David Cassidy in 5th position. Michael Yarowitz says still in the pits, so not 100% sure what could be the fuss with the 45, but not sure if he's going to have enough points or everything. Not sure if the calculations could be all that in his favor if nothing happens to Terry or Mark Kosick isn't actually here this evening, so that's a heartbreaker, to be honest. So he's just trying to stay ahead of Terry.
That's all he's got to do.
Unless maybe Zach can capitalize and get the most points that he can out of today, go up there and maybe win this race.
Oh, that was about close with Jason there. You see there, well, he did get a little loosey-goosey, and then he turned himself around. That's what Jason does.
As you see here, Deutscher kind of reeling in Rader, but Hartwell doing that to Deutscher. And these 3 drivers, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th here, as Rongich trying to drive away from Rader, like we know he can do. I thought it was 225 tonight.
Help 200.
So a second and a half is the race lead, or over a second and a half, as the battle for second is ratcheting up, intensifying, whatever you'd like to call it. F1 type style battle just about. Still a long way to go here. 144, 143 laps remaining.
I think it's 137. Although you could probably
No, you're right.
coming to lap 70 here with Zach Longich. Still in the lead. Will and now Zach Deuscher. Now trying to make progress on Nick Rader there. Trying to get P2.
Because 175 would be 125 to go. So yeah, you were right. Thank you for helping me out there with the math. Sometimes quick math can be hard. You're not off by a lot, but what you're off by can still, in some terms, still be a lot. So imagine, being off by 10 laps. Well, that means you're going to run out of gas maybe if you do some certain calculations, right? So, anywho, Bobby D in the danger zone, kind of in a couple of laps of being a lap down. And Jason Adams, 8th position. So, just working up the totem pole here. Terry Duguay, 7th. Bridgman, 6th. David Cassidy in the 5th position. After he's got there, he wasn't really able to run down nobody, but he could be conserving. I'm not saying, nobody's not at this moment, but Longich definitely running away with it at the moment. You would have thought he was Bruce Jenner. What? He was an Olympic gold medalist for track and field.
Yep. But everybody knows his real name now.
I don't like saying it. That's why I didn't say it. Anyway, Nick Rader trying to fend off Zach Deuscher. They're all trying to be as straight as they can coming up.
What?
That was funny. I didn't even need to do it. Anyway, so Hartwell right there just agging on, just kind of like stalking maybe his prey, if you will, because once he's driven up here, at a short track, you got so many different lines. You can kind of sometimes drive in deeper than an opponent. Bobby! Oh, man!
How you doing in there, kid?
I don't know how that one looked, but mouth is going to be sealed on that one.
Well, I'm looking at it here, live shot here, because Bobby just got in the center of the corner, and he was letting it roll, and right as he was going to pick it back up, it looked like Nick got into him there, and just a bad part of the track to get
Right
to.
That's more like run his ass over.
Well, no. What I was just trying to say as trying to navigate traffic, it's a bad part of the track to try to navigate that traffic because you were in the center of the corner, and different people going to have different cornering speeds. So by that time, like, you can see the damage that Deuscher has on the front of his Camaro. So Nick Rader back end all messed up, and this is after already presumably having that fast repair already marked and dusted. So
Longich comes out first, and Zach Deuscher. Philip, and Terry, and Jason, and Cassidy, and Rader, and then
so a big change up here. 6th caution of the evening, lap 79, or lap 77, excuse me, 78. I say, boy. Anyway.
Yeah. The thing is here, once you're out front, you're always going to be out front. because you have full control of the start, and you also have control over everything.
Unless you slip up, step on it, make a mistake, overdrive the corner, spin out, do a spin-a-rooney. So many things can happen, but yeah, you are normally, most of the time at Martinsville, or any short track for that matter, you control the restarts, right? Most of the time, you get to go. Like, leader has big advantage on restarts, like what you were just saying. So you normally have the power,
You got the
unless
power
it's
of
yeah,
everything.
yeah, you have the touch. So going to get the restart here. Lap 83, 82 laps will be complete and in the books, done and dusted. Pace car will peel off to the safety and confines yet again. Will Bridgman have a good restart like Deutscher got a couple of restarts ago or last time? Nope, not pretty even. Stevens, to be honest. Kind of like a double jump there from almost the whole field. So everybody's nice and tidy now, very tight knit with each other on this restart. As the two Aerokinetics teammates, the 5 and the 7, side by side, 3 wide at Martinsville. Jason Adams, Terry, and Nick Rader, I do believe, 3 wide for a mere moment. Nick Rader getting into 4th position, right here behind Philip Bridgman. That was David Cassidy, Terry Duvet, and Nick Rader, I guess. There's 3 wide. I didn't really, just got a glimpse of it, so my apologies. I saw 2 red cars and a white car. So Nick Rader now going to the inside, looking to the inside of the 5 machine. You would speculate and maybe think, with that caution coming out whenever it did, that maybe there's a chance that maybe...
All right, Philip, you got to protect that bottom lane if you're going to get it.
Cassidy crossed himself up, getting into 3. Man, I did it again. Getting into turn 1.
Philip's leaving too much room down there on the bottom. He's got to arc
Yes.
that bottom. He can't.
He's overdriving his corner, but that'll happen sometimes whenever you're just, in a way, being pressured like he was by Nick Rader all over him.
But the
So,
problem is, if Philip's the guy in front of him, it's Philip's line. So you got to kind of adjust and work around Philip's line. Right? Hopefully he'll make a slip up and mess up the turn in, but now, like we said before, now this is costing Philip some of these spots. So
for some drivers, it's hard to get the car to rotate and turn down completely to the curb, not hit the curb, but get right alongside of it at the apex of the corner, like you see a lot of these drivers able to do. Nick Rader wasn't able to do it that time, getting into 3, but that's what you need to do here at Martinsville to completely hold off that bottom lane, like Brian was alluding to, talking about, like, hey, Bridgman not able to stay down there, as Terry is really kind of showing him
how to do it.
Almost the shoulder. Yeah. But Terry giving him a little bit of nip and tuck, a lot of leeway there, a lot of breathing room. Good battling here. Lots of some drivers really need the tires to heat up, come to them. Others can just go at the drop of the hat, so to speak, with these cars. They can start charging right immediately. Same thing applies with the Gen 7 car now. A lot of drivers vice versa with that.
So, well, we had some interesting news from iRacing that the mini stocks are going to be free to everybody.
Well, that's good.
No, it ain't.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's another free car. Everybody talks about, wanting free things from iRacing, right? Want more free things. Man, Terry has fallen off, and he slapped the wall there. Almost to the halfway point, 94 laps complete. As Rongich, your pole sitter here,
Yes.
still leads the race. What?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I don't know.
Nick Rader in third position. David Cassidy in fourth. Philip Bridgman fifth. Hartwell sixth. Jason Adams in seventh. Terry Duguay rounds out the cars on the lead lap in eighth position. Back there trying to get back by Jason. As this battle trio right here, this threesome. Oh, Philip hits the curb. Oh, and Jason spins out.
Really doing a great job, man. We'll keep working on this thing for you. How you doing inside there? You feeling okay?
Caution out basically at the halfway mark here.
Yep.
Lap 98 when the caution comes out. So we'll probably get back going around lap 105. Maybe 104. Nevertheless.
Zach's
Maybe wrangle old,
and that's
he was saying if he'll be able to do anything tonight, it'll probably show up. That speed might finally show up at the end of the race. That's what he was talking about. So normally some Martinsville races, that's sometimes when the speed finally does show up for some racers, is right there at the end of the race. But we've seen over time some short track races that Zach's been a part of where he finds that speed when he needs it, I guess you could say, normally at the end of these things. So maybe that's just the case again today.
technically the sixth caution of the night, because we don't count the stage break as an actual.
Yes, indeed.
Caution.
So, but still working the seventh caution of the night. I know.
Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah. In total, seventh caution. Anytime that turbo towel waves, that's a caution. Yes. 6 for incident, 1 for the stage at lap 25. But yes, 6 incidents. Yes.
Get a little aggressive here. Try to make sure I get the lead here. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, not necessarily the lead, but just another good restart. Time it again, and just jump in line behind Rongich. You don't necessarily have to have a pedal fest going into turn 1, or match going through the restart box, but just, well, yes, you have to match the restart, but you don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize maybe getting a black flag or anything like that. So
my problem is, Will, though, we've been watching Rongich do restarts. He stalls out, but then he goes. So
yeah, he does a double jump.
Playing mind games with second place. As soon as I hear him get on that throttle, I'm going. That is just point what I'm doing. As soon as he makes that first initial jump, technically that's a signal to me, okay, he's going. So now, if I'm Boisher, as soon as I hear him put that foot on that throttle, I'm going. Because I ain't got time to play the mind games and trickery and stuff like that. We're here to race, not here to play jokes. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Ready. Green flag, green flag.
Hey, right there, as soon as I spotted this green flag, you were mashing that pedal. See there, Philip Bridgman and Will trying to get to the inside of his teammate there in the 7 of Zach Deutscher, but they can't take so much time doing that because then Longish will just pull away. And here it goes. Now we have some blinky blink.
Caution, caution, caution. Guys, just quickly, just remember, nice and smooth, take in fluids, stay by those fans, do what you can to keep cool.
Oof, Brandon Hartwell.
Oh, this is going to be a tough break for Brandon.
It's hard to get it because they all disappeared. When they set this lobby up, they set it up on the Australian servers.
Ouch.
So when you see cars disappear, that's why.
So, yes, as we know, next week will be the championship deciding race for 4 of these 6 championship contending drivers, which we pretty much know a couple of them already, but who will join them in racing for that championship next week at Phoenix International Raceway.
Green flag.
And the green flag is out.
Oh, Rungich now blinking as well, so
Caution is out, caution is out. Get a look at your temps, make sure everything looks okay.
That looked like Raider just...
Raider had that big net code. The world's biggest net code just happened on Raider.
Yep.
Wow. Well, I mean, he should be locked into Phoenix. That's crazy. Terry got into the back of Phillip, and apparently that net-coated neck. Man, I don't know who got into the back of Terry, but that was crazy. Well, Brian, we got 87 laps to go, I think, when we get the green flag next time by, whenever that green flag will fly. Working the 8th caution per incident, 9th in total if you count the stage. So, Philip Bridgman currently the race leader with Hartwell, Terry, Duguay, Bobby D, and Jason Adams. Everybody else has either pitted or in the pits, or David Cassidy is out of the race.
Yep, David Cassidy is out. So Bridgman, Hartwell, Terry, Bobby D, Jason, Rongich, Deutscher, and Raider. 8 drivers left.
All on the pace car. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those engines floating. Yep.
So Philip Bridgman Will is going to lead them back to green flag here for the 8th time of asking.
Green flag.
Oh, Markham Sock'em going on right behind Philip. Looks like Philip did use that fast repair earlier, so no more crinkled back bumper. At least not even from the neck coating that Terry gave him. Well, I mean, it looked like Terry slammed him, so that was the neck coat that he gave Raider, yes, so.
Jason's got some nose damage there.
Oh, yeah. Which, I mean, it's Martinsville. Who's not going to have damage, Brian, right?
Correct.
You'd be very surprised if a car, even after it used its quick fix, would be pretty spotless, but that's what Bridgman is trying to do. Be pretty spotless after using his quick fix. Terry going all the way to the wall.
Caution. How about water pressure, temperature right there?
Jason loops her again. I was just about to go to the cutaway there, so. So now Zach Will is going to have, as in Deutscher, is going to have full control of this restart now. So now he's going to
First time Zach has had the restart control all night, I do believe.
Yes. So now he's going to have the 2 teammates behind him now. $120 of 200 in the books.
So closing in, we have 80 laps to go. Closing in on 75 to go.
Yep. That's a nice looking 7 car. Now, can Deutscher run away with the lead, or is Rongich going to hang very tight there with Deutscher? Because we saw what Rongich can do out in the clean air.
Green flag.
Green flag back out in the air. It's waving. Deutscher in control of the restart. Longage on the outside, trying to match the pace, going through 1 and 2. Longage firing back on the outside, down the back straightaway. Hartwell gaining a position on Bridgman, it looks like, trying at least. He's side by side going into 1. Raider in 3rd position, watching the battle unfold for the lead. As now, with 75 laps remaining, we will try to take you with some ride-alongs and some crank it up here real quick as the intense battle for the lead has ratcheted it up. We have 5 cars under a blanket, not counting Terry and Jason right behind.
Caution, caution. Talk to me, good footing up.
Caution is out here. Xfinity Series. Well, I give up at this point. Terry getting into the corner, arcing it back down, and oh man, that transition coming out of the corner, trying to put the power down, and it says no sirree Bob, and comes around on him, and he does a spinneroonie, and that could be day done for Terry. Terry was another one of those drivers trying to mathematically punch his ticket in.
That he was,
And
but unfortunately I think it's going to end here.
this could open the door wide open for Zach, I feel like. If Zach can get back ahead of the race lead, Longage got it away. He was holding station on that outside, finally prevailed and got ahead of Deutscher, so maybe all he has to do is maybe finish second. He could have collected enough points to run back down, but you know, you win, you get so much more points, Brian, at the end of the day, right? So
Yep. But the problem is, You bump and run or what?
You know, what do you do to try to make it in to the final four, the championship four?
I would probably say a bump and run might have to happen. You know, because everything is on the line. Your shot to get in. See here, pace car is off.
Green flag.
And the green flag is out. Just like that, Deutscher got a good start. Zach spun the tires there.
And Deutscher to the outside, trying to get the lead away, but Wong is pedaling back on the inside. Deutscher able to squat down to the inside now as Wongich kind of blew past him, taking the lead back away. Deutscher headed for a bumper and now trying to hold station yet again in the lead. No, but Phillips going to get sideways in turn one and slide up the track, and Bobby D comes in and clips him. That's going to be a ton of damage on the 3 machine and the 5 as well, even. So I don't see how the 5 wouldn't be slightly off toe or tilted or even askew a little bit. So I don't know if there's net code here or just, nope. The 5 just gets into the corner and as if he was on ice, just hits a piece of ice per se, but the car just gets out from underneath him there, and he's going to slide back, locks it down, but Bobby, nowhere to go, already committed to that line that he had entered the corner in, and whacks the 5. So another caution here at Martinsville.
We know this is how Martinsville plays out.
Yes, sir. We have 60 laps to go.
Yep.
Nope, sorry.
No, you're right. It's a short track. Stuff like this is going to happen. These guys are just amateurs. They are not real light drivers where they can kind of sort of keep it green for quite some time. Everybody's lift points and driving style is different, if you understand what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Not two or three of the same drivers going to have the same lifting or braking, points. So, with 68 laps remaining.
Yep, they will get double file here this time. They will be able to go again. Sorry about the stream. It is on Australian servers.
Green flag.
And the green flag is out.
Rongich, Glacier, Raider there, the top three going through turn 4 onto the front straightaway. Hartwell right behind Raider.
Hartwell's doing everything he can to try to get up there and compete with Deutscher and Rongich. Ever so slightly coming to 50 laps to go here tonight from the SRU Xfinity Series. Brought to you from Martinsville. I don't know if Zach can run him down. Rongich is getting good corner entry and the corner exit speed, so Zach's got to find out where he can gain some time at. So 48 laps to go here tonight. Can Glacier get up there and catch Rongich?
Yeah, it's quite difficult to say now because there's 50 laps to go. We saw earlier in the time span of what we did, what we were able to see in the one decent run we got earlier. You know, Rongich pulled out to, what was it, a 3-4 second lead. So could that be the case again here shortly? Time will have to do tell because there is 48 laps remaining in this race. Anything can happen in that time period. We could have, 4 more cautions. All right, this race should go green till the end.
That would be nice. Now, Philip, why couldn't you run that line before? That's line you gotta hold around the whole track. So what I do notice here is that tire wear really doesn't wear here from the previous times that I've been here. Unfortunately, in real life, they obviously wear a lot more, but hopefully they don't do Martinsville in the rain again. Oof.
No, that would definitely be tough.
Yep. So 40 laps ago, ever so slightly coming to that 25 lap mark. Will
Nobody should have to pit again for fuel. If you have an extra set of tires that you have been able to miraculously save, behind the pit wall, that's good. Maybe come down if you can. Give a late race caution. If more people come down with you to pit, maybe, sure, go ahead. But are we going to get that caution?
that's the problem, are we? And I probably don't think we are, because now everybody is so spread out, Will, that there should be no reason for it. Oh, you gotta watch that curb, Phil. .166 in the books of 200. Rogic with almost a 2-second lead over Deutscher.
This has been a real decently, averagely good, typical Martinsville race, to say the least. Your normal Martinsville race, you normally have that one guy that qualifies on the pole and normally dominates, sets there, and tries to lead it all. It's been Rogic this evening. He's had a couple of challengers in Rader and Deutscher, but at the moment he's just had his own postal code.
Oh yeah. Rogic is setting the pace.
Coming under fire, Bridgman now. Bridgman looking underneath Hartwell, side by side for what would be 4th position, and Bridgman takes it away.
You see Phillip with the slide there, Will. Now gets him off his mark for Hartwell to try to capitalize, but unfortunately he does not. So Phil. You see Phillip is sliding that rear wheel coming off the turn there. As we see the rear of his car wants to snap loose from underneath of him coming off of turn 4.
And you got to be careful coming off these corners. You don't want to clip the curbing to where it's going to kind of make you all janky coming up off the corners, but
Yep.
you got to be careful.
Next time by, there will be 25 laps to go.
So it looks like Rongich is trying to drive away into the sunset.
"24 laps to go here tonight." As Deutscher almost 3 seconds behind Rongich there, Will.
Yes, indeed. Rongich just, we know how well he can be once he gets into a rhythm. That's kind of why we nicknamed him Brandon Moore a while ago, because Brandon Moore is just as good at it to get into a good rhythm, get into a good pace. You start just driving away. You start just putting down lap after lap after lap of the same lap, basically. And some drivers just able to do that within the same tenth or half a tenth of one another each lap around. That's what you got to do to be consistently quick, consistently fast. And over 2.5 seconds is the lead over Zach Deutscher. Rongich winning this race by Nick Rader in third position, over just about 6 seconds back. Bridgman in fourth position. Hartwell in fifth. Jason Adams in sixth, rounding out the lead lap competitors.
Yes, sir, indeed. 19 laps to go, coming to 18 laps to go here tonight. So Rongich trying to get up there to Jason Adams to put him a lap down, but he's got to catch Bobby D first, and that is slowly progressing right there, as we saw in that shot before the cameras did pan away. See there, Philip Brisbane trying to run down Nick Rader. Nick Rader does have some damage to that 23 machine there, as Philip's car looks about average. See there, Zach Ronich got on by Bobby D. Now looking to set his target on Jason Adams. Coming
So
to
Nick Rader,
laps to go.
Nick Rader trying to stay ahead of Philip Bridgman, who's coming on strong here, trying to run down third place to maybe get a podium here in the final laps of the race. 12, you said 12 laps to go, excuse me, sorry. So,
Coming to 9 now.
okay, yeah, 9, okay. Jason Adams getting out the way for the race leader. As you can see there, a straightaway length away is now Zach Deutscher. And here is the battle for third position. Third and fourth going at it.
Looks like Nick Rader is having some handling issues on that 23 machine. But what is it going to take for Philip to get on by Rader here? And he's closing 8 laps of the race. Don't be scared, Phil. Come on, you're faster. Ronich, Deutscher, 1 and 2. This is your battle for third here. With Rader third, Philip fourth. And then you have Brandon Hartwell fifth. Four laps to go here tonight. You see here, these guys are coming in on some lap down cars. 3 to go this time by.
Yes, indeed, 3 laps to go in a Martinsville race that has had all sorts of excitement in it. Dominance, though, pretty much by Zach Ronich. Guess I didn't want to say his name there for some reason.
The white flag is waving.
White flag waving here at Martinsville. Oh my, Terry Duguay spun around on the front straightaway. This is going to compromise third and fourth, getting into turns 1 and 2. Oh, Philip getting by Nick Rader as they were compromised, getting into turn 1 and going through 3 and 4 for the final time. It's going to be Philip getting to the stripe before Nick Rader for third position, final spot on the podium for this race, as Zachary Ronich comes through and gets the dub here tonight. Zach Deutscher, Philip Bridgman, Nick Rader, Brandon Hartwell, Jason Adams, Bobby D, Terry Duguay, David Cassidy, Michael Yarrow, and Dave is the race results. As Zachary Longich burning it down, and along with Hartwell there. So we will wrangle our podium finishers up here in just a jiffy.
Let's see. Guess we'll go ahead and talk with Philip first.
All right. Starting P2 tonight, but coming home with a strong P3 finish is Philip Bridgman. Philip, got a copy?
Hello.
Hello. What a wacky, all-together race, all in general. Like you had, a couple of good runs here and there, but it was sprinkled in with some cautions. Typical Martinsville race, but it was real good Martinsville race for the most part. You came on strong there at the end, running down and eventually passing Nick Rader. You guys got compromised going into turn one on the final lap. Terry was just sideways on the track. Tell us about it.
It was definitely unfortunate to see. I was looking to just try to battle him the best I could. It was kind of unfortunate how it went down a bit, how he had to take those maneuvers, I guess. But, we both kind of did the same type of maneuver. It just kind of worked out a little bit better for me and a little saddening for him. But it was still a great finish, though.
Yes, nevertheless, great finish. How was the race overall for you? Like I said, it looked like it was a rough start when you put down a heck of a qualifying lap, and then, like I said, the race eventually came to you there.
Yeah, they were, between both Zachs, Rongich and Deuscher, they were both, super fast. I had a feeling it wouldn't last being up there. I was doing the best I could. I felt like I had some speed behind me. I thought my car was toast in that last caution, to be honest. Once I got T-boned, I thought it was toast, but, it somehow was hanging on to it with that much damage.
Sir, we gotta get you better at wrapping that bottom lane.
Oh, for sure. I was trying to hold it the best I could. The couple times I touched it, and it shot me back out, but...
Yeah, because that's what was killing you. You kept leaving that hole open on the bottom. That's where everybody was taking advantage. I know with these cars, sure, they're a lot more tougher because they don't kind of finesse into the turn that you want to, shall I say. Like your teammate Zach, he was wrapping it down there. But I know once you're caught on the outside, it's a pain in the rear end to go ahead and get down to that bottom lane there, because you get paranoid that someone's just going to ram you from the rear once you get down. So I think if you would have kept that bottom lane pretty damn good, you probably would have been up there. But Martinsville is tough. We know it. It's like I was talking with Will all night. Martinsville is a tough track. If you're out of that bottom groove there, up into that marbles up there, it's going to be hard to rebound and get your spots back.
Oh, for sure.
Anyway,
next,
I was just about to say, where are we heading to next week?
Next week, Phoenix Championship 4 race. Finish off the season here in the SRU Xfinity Series. What's the game plan going forward with that?
Honestly, just try to do the best I could at it, to be honest. Phoenix is a great track. I can see some good racing happening there. Hopefully a bit more of a turnout as well. That'd be really great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Final thoughts, shout-outs.
Trying the best. Obviously, Leah, it's great to have her behind me. Zach, he's a great teammate. RKR is pretty sweet to work with, too. They're pretty chill people. Aerokinetics, Niagara Quick Dry, and you guys. I appreciate you guys for putting it on. I know it was kind of a slim pickings turnout, but it was still a decent little show.
A slim
Yes, sir.
pickings. That's the first time
you
I've
have-
heard that one.
Well, best of luck to you next week, Philip, at Phoenix, and we'll be talking to you later.
I appreciate it.
No problem,
Yes, sir. Aerokinetics, second and third there. They got final steps on the podium. And next we will be talking to our P2 finisher, Zach Deutscher there. Yes.
You know, Zach, not the wrongage, but the Deutscher inator. That's finally got
What
his
is up?
AC and stuff back on and electric.
Oh, let's not talk about that. we had a small tornado, so it makes sense in a way. It's understandable.
Yeah. Well, the weather up there has been a little rough.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You would figure to start getting a little cooler and you won't have to worry about that stuff.
It is cooler, but it's that time of year up here. We're supposed to get some bad ones this weekend again. Yes, maybe, no, shut up. Let's not talk about that. It's how long away yet.
I mean, you are in the phenomenal state of Wisconsin. The old cheesehead.
Nice state, it's quiet.
Anyway, well, go ahead.
So tonight, Zach, Martinsville. It was a bit of an up and down. It's a sketch night for just about everybody in the field, especially you in that 7 car. Tell us about it.
The beginning's always trying to figure out what you can and can't do to the stage break, but I'm not used to this track, so I didn't realize how much wheelie you got to put into these cars. So it took me half the race to figure out how to be fast on it. But as everybody says, wrapping the bottom is a big must around here, and you just got to toughen it out as much as you can and get to the end of the race.
Yes, sir. And it's called the paperclip for a reason, shaped like that, and it, these nice little short straightaways that seem like can be forever, but they're not. Then you got these little hairpin-like corners here, and like you said, you just got to get used to it whenever you're not really in that field or you don't race Martinsville a lot, right? And anything, when you pop up to race here, you're more used to racing at speedways or other tracks to that nature, and then you come to Martinsville, it really throws you off. Do you know whether or not you made it into the championship 4 without having to talk to Jason?
I think so. I can't be 100%. I missed Lex. I hope we are, but who knows?
Okay. Don't want to get you too hoped up for that.
I don't know.
Anyway, don't, like I said, don't know about the championship 4, but next week it's Phoenix. So battle plan going into the Phoenix, at the moment, not in the championship 4. What's that looking like?
Just finish the race, try to get a win if possible. If we're in the championship 4, then obviously really got to try hard. I'm not sure if Zach's in the championship 4. I'm not sure, but I know Nick's right up. I don't know. Nick is, so he should. I'm thinking he's gonna win, most likely. I don't know. Like I said, it depends if I'm in or not. I should be, but.
Well, final thoughts, shout-outs, anything else like that?
You guys, been a great broadcast as always. Fun watching you. This SRU, great league. They're all, I'm enjoying it if you like. It's a great group of guys, fun racing. RKR 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Even though we're unaffiliated with it, it's great to see us all on the top 4. Philip with his crazy drive back with his damage. I'm proud of him with that. You guys, if they say that, friends and family who watch, Junior Motorsports, Aerokinetics, RKR. Good race. On to the next.
Well, it's funny that you said that because I was telling Phil that he has to wrap the bottom lane next time. Keep it down there.
It's not easy. It looks so easy, but it ain't easy.
That's why I always try to protect.
It's so easy. It's so easy.
Even next to hard stuff, but when you have a setup, you can get down there.
It's so easy to hop the curb here at Martinsville.
Ask Tyler Myers. He'll tell you all about it.
Track's fun. You just, like it's Darlington, you gotta race the track, not the opponent.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, sir, awesome job on the P2, and best of luck to you next
Onward.
week at Phoenix. Hopefully, you're in the Final Four. So, I guess we'll wait and see.
Yeah, guys. Thanks for broadcasting. Thank you.
No problem, buddy.
Thank you. All right, now forward on to the race winner here, podium, top step of the podium, and pole sitter, race winner, class of the field all night, Zachary Rongich, out here moonlighting. Rongich, how you doing, bud?
Doing good. How are y'all?
Pretty wonderful, just sitting here, watching the dominant performance you had. Pretty much stranglehold on the field all night, except for a couple of moments. But like I said, got back out in front, and it was no problem for you. Tell us about it, bud.
Yeah, just start on pole and just being patient on the bottom. I think that was just the key. I think I was just a little more patient. I was wrapping the bottom a lot longer and waiting on the gas a lot longer, and I could floor it, and I didn't even have to lift. I mean, it just grips. If you just wait an extra second, keep it low, drive it straight off, and over time it'll compound, save my tires, and I'll just be getting good runs off. But it was a great race. Zach battled me in the inside there for a while. I don't know why he let up. I think he should have kept racing me. He almost cleared me a couple times there. He was on the inside, but he lifted and let me in. And for his sake, I think he should have kept going to get in the Final Four. But other than that, it was a good race. Glad we were able to end on a long run.
Yes, indeed. End on the long run. Now, you're not a full-time competitor over here. You're mainly full-time over in the Cup Series side of things. So over here moonlighting in just what's it like just running here and there and not being in that crew chief / spotter role?
Well, it was weird because for once I had to think about my own strategy, and I haven't done that in a while. So I was just kind of forgetting about it, and I'm like, oh crap, should I pit? Should I not? But yeah, it was good to take a break from that and at least race with Nick. I haven't done that in a while from a competitive standpoint. But we'll be back to crew chief in next week or whenever the Final Four is.
Yeah, speaking of that, Phoenix, what do you think the strategy is going to be like next week at Phoenix?
For your teammate.
Yeah, it's probably going to be freaking fuel mileage, which me and Nick have been kicking butt at least recently. So if they're smart, they would change that and not make it fuel mileage. But I mean, it's just gonna be about tires too. It's loose. You're gonna want to run the high in 1 and 2, and hopefully you can keep it straight off exit. But I think we'll be all right. I like Nick's shot, but I also Yarrow and Brandon or whoever's in, they're all really really good and always right there with Nick. So it'll be a tough one.
It will be a tough one for sure. The Final Four, whoever they may be, is going to be a tough battle, to say the least, next week at Phoenix. The final race, of the SRU Xfinity Series. Final thoughts, shout-outs, Rongich, for you, my friend?
Yeah, shout out you guys for doing this, and shout everybody for at least keeping it clean around me. I don't know about back there. I didn't really see nothing, but yeah, I think it was a good overall race.
Yes,
well, thanks for talking.
Yeah, well.
I was just going to say thanks for talking to us tonight there, Rongich. Congratulations on the win here tonight, and best of luck to you and your teammate next week while you go and helping crew chief for hopefully a championship next week, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Well, Brian, like you were about to say, that'll do it for us here tonight from Martinsville, Virginia, from the SRU Xfinity Series side of things. We'll be back next week to bring you the action from wherever the AMS Cup Series is at on Monday evening. So until then, we want
to say Darlington.
Yes. Anyway, from Darlington. Nevertheless, we want to wish each and every one of you a big thank you. You thought I was going to say good night. For coming out, tuning in, being a part of this event. All the drivers, coming out, being a part. Thank you. Even though it was only 12 of you, but thank you, nevertheless. And,
all messed up here.
Like Brian says sometimes, before I corral him back in, you always got to spend time with your family. You never know. Loved ones, this and that and the other, all that other stuff. Got to be mindful of all that. But don't want to get too deep into that. That's for another time. But yes, just each and every one of you have a wonderful and safe good night.